I'm not going to go into the backstory because people will see that on the screen, won't they? What was it like though coming in today? The best bit of your day was pinging the ball at Eastie, wasn't it?
It's always a rare treat, you get my boots back on. I don't do it very often now, so to get my boots on, to go out into the environment, Oxford's environment, to then get some balls pinging around and doing some shooting is a great treat for me, because I don't take anything for granted, and for the gaffer to allow me to go out there and do some shooting was I love it. It's great.
I feel embarrassed trying to relate his world to our world. When he opens the floor to questions, you're sort of embarrassed to ask a question, because ours is about winning and losing. It's about people, their lives, and it's. But I just thought it was important for our players to understand team spirit, work ethic, family, and team values, and that's something that it's really important to me.
Yeah, I mean that's the main effort. Teamwork, tenacity, values, and having that just true grit ethos to grind results out. And I've done it for many years, operating in tough environments, being a frontline soldier, and working closely with teams is really important. It's understanding what makes each other tick, the camaraderie, the bond, and creating a superb, unstoppable ethos, which is really important. And that's what we went into today. And some great feedback from the lads, and we touched on the importance of not just physical health but mental health as well, which is so important, and especially in their arena as well, that it's just not lip surface. It's got to be a dialogue which is taken serious, and we speak about pressure, we speak about anxiety, trauma, and mental health as a whole, which is overly important.
Really, there's a lot of similarities in what he does and what we do. Obviously, the consequences are majorly different, but I think there's a lot that we can take from it in terms of becoming better as a team, better as individuals, and getting things right by ourselves, which will help us get things right on a Saturday, and just having the integrity to do things right by ourselves, and that will help us do things properly and get points on the weekend.
And then seeing the first group leave and the new group coming in, we're seeing a group of men walk out. Really interested in his backstory.
Yeah. Now, I'm not being horrible to football. Sometimes people give a talk and players zone out. They were totally engaged with what they were being told.
As we're doing this, the tractor come past, and we were in a room where you could. But I was sort of at the back of the room, and not once at one time did any player's head sort of turn. Only to think, and only to put themselves in a thought process. It was good. It was exceptional. And I know if anybody gets an opportunity to see one of his talks, or listen to one of his talks, or even read his book, it's incredibly interesting. And the values that I want our club to stand by, and the people who work for us to stand by, are truly within him. And he's a great man to be around. I'm sure all the players enjoyed the hour they spent with him.
Very inspiring, just to see, to get an in-depth look at the things that he's experienced and the different situations and how he's dealt with it, and then the repercussions that you don't really think about. And I think we as a club, we do, I'd probably say more than some others do, about the psychological welfare of players and staff, and just to see how important that was for him when he came back from Iraq was just incredible.
A big eye-opener for me especially, and I think a lot of lads it shook as well. But it's he's been through a crazy experience, and to hear his story was quite crazy, to be honest. And it makes you think. It makes you realise how lucky we are. Because the stuff he's been through was absolutely crazy. So it was great to hear from him. I really listened, and lads asked a lot of questions at the end then, and he really opened up to us, and like I said, it was a big eye opener for us. Yeah,
but football's not that important compared to what you went through, sure.
But it's two different kind of scales, but it's the same. It's the same emotions. It's the same feelings. It's just because I'm in the military and these are professional football players. The bottom line is we're all human. We all experience the same similar emotions, and we are only human. So it's different kind of entities, but it's the same outcome, that we're not too proud to talk. And we break down the stigma, and it's important to talk about how we feel.
That's literally on the walls behind me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's literally on the walls. It's built into this building.
I mean, I've been fortunate enough to travel around, many football clubs, and this is the first time that I've actually seen the mental health signposting on walls, and it's delivered and implemented by the club really well, which I'm very impressed.